own
business.
business.
But because he has no time, he is concentrating in his own
Exactly,
business.
and actually the thing that you can notice there, that they always welcome you with a smile, and if you didn't buy anything anywhere, they just say, come back, we enjoyed having you here.
Again, it is the behavior and attitude.
Exactly. But I have to say that most of the people that I saw there weren't
I'm talking in general, not only about one country, by the way, in general.
Ah, okay. Generally speaking, if we're going to make them like segments and everything, the European people, they are like concentrating on being happy and enjoying life and doing everything to just have like a stable, relaxing, psychological wise life. If we're going to talk about the Balinese people or the people in Bali, they actually enjoy what they do, because 80% of the income of this island only relies on tourism. So they like, the customer care is something that's major for them.
Yes. Now, what about learning about survival skills, independence? You mentioned that actually you gained a lot from traveling.
Okay, survival skills. You get to experience different things you didn't expect when you travel. Like when I first arrived to Bali, I arrived at 10 p.m. I checked into my room. Everyone was asleep. No lights in the street because they rely on the stores, and all stores were closed. All of a sudden, there was a blackout. I was like, what? Something bad will happen to me, and I freaked out. I really freaked out. And then afterwards, I remember that they're not waiting for me to kidnap me or to kill me or anything. So it's like, I have to calm down, I have to face my fears. Something else happened when I first arrived to Kuala Lumpur. Actually, I went there, I didn't know that the sun rises at after 7 a.m. And I went to my first destination at 6 a.m. And I found out that no one in the street. There was literally no one in the street. And it was dark. And I was like saying, should I go back to the metro or should I step forward? I was like, I'm too afraid to do it, because no one, if something happened to me, no one will know that I was here. So I said, I didn't fly like around 10 hours or 10 hours plus 4 hours to Abu Dhabi to actually come here and be afraid and go back. It's a step forward. I have to like face my fears. Then I stepped forward. I went out there. I asked the security guy, where can I go and take a picture in front of the Petronas Towers, the Twin Towers. And I was like telling myself, this is crazy, come on. I was like, someone will come out of the bushes and kill me at any moment. But then I found myself that this is crazy, from being afraid transformed to this is crazy, I'm doing this, I'm here actually on my own. So you learn a lot when you travel. Actually challenge yourself all the way.
What about diving? Tell us more about your diving experience.
Okay, believe it or not, it was a coincidence. I was traveling 3 years ago to the hub here in Egypt, and when I went there, I found out that most of the people out there actually either eat, dive, and sleep, then repeat. You have zero other activities, even though there are a lot of activities there. And then the idea, it's like rose on my head, and I was like, I'm gonna register for the course. Even though I had the chance to actually experience it for one time, I didn't have to register for the course. But I picked to go for the course because at the end of the day I will have a license that will allow me to dive. I didn't know anything about diving. I just took the risk, didn't think about it, and said, let's go with it. And actually I've learned that everything you just put yourself in, it's like the experience that can shape your life, even though you didn't know anything about it. So when I actually took this step, it changed me a lot, because I've discovered that I love scuba diving. It actually changed my perspective towards a lot of stuff. So we just limit ourselves towards the thing that we know, and we don't allow ourselves to experience new stuff.
We are scared from the unknown.
Exactly.
It's part of our culture.
Yeah.
But you mentioned that you talking about diving not only in Egypt but outside Egypt.
Yeah,
and we always talk about the beauty of the Red Sea, beauty of diving here in Egypt in general. And even when we talk about the Red Sea, we are talking about the sites located in Egypt in particular. So tell me more about this experience. Is it true? I tried diving, but not to that extent of talking. You are talking about how many meters?
30, maybe more than
Not
30.
to that extent at all. So you can tell us more about it.
Okay, I've dived here and in Indonesia, but actually what really fascinates me here, the clarity of the water. We have like transparent water compared to Indonesia. They have a lot of different stuff than what we have, from corals to different type of fish. But I'm talking about here, the clarity, you get to see clearly whatever you want to see. There you have to struggle to see, is that a fish? So mainly here you get to see different types of fish and corals as well, different types of locations because you get to like dive inside a cave or a crack in
The blue hole.
the blue hole in particular, yeah, the blue hole, or another location called the canyon. It's like a crack in the
Much easier? Or
no, it's enjoyable. It's like you're being held hostage inside a wall, and you get to see up there that everyone is standing and looking at you.
Wow. Well, on one of your trips, you also took the advantage of finding a silver workshop, and you took that course.
Yes.
Would you tell us more about it, especially that you even made an entire full ring?
Yeah,
at the end?
it was a sea turtle ring.
Yes, tell us more about that experience, and where was it?
It was in Bali. I was walking around when I first arrived to a place called Ubud. It's the city center of Bali. I was walking around and I saw a big like banner saying silver making class, and then I went there and I asked how much will it cost me. It cost me around 180 pounds, Egyptian pounds, and they told me it will be around 3 hours and you get to learn how to use silver and do everything including polishing, and you will get to have 5 grams of silver, pure silver. I said, why not? Then later on, I've changed my entire schedule. I've booked the silver making class. I said it's a new experience. I have to go through it. And I went there. They actually gave me different types of silver, and you get to draw your own design. I had a design in mind. It's sea turtle because it's like my favorite sea creature. So I drew the design, and later on, I've started like picking which type of silver should I have, the flat one, the rounded one. And then I've started working under supervision of my mentor there, or my teacher. He was called Ketut, which is a very regular and common name in Bali. Because a lot of people ask me, did you meet Ketut from a movie or the novel from Eat, Pray, Love? Mm-hmm. So it's a very common name there. So he managed to actually teach me how to use all the tools to get the ring out. He just told me what to do. He didn't like help me do the things, and then until I had the ring in my hand.
I can see that basically you are more attracted to Indonesia, or can we talk about other countries as well to have very special memories?
Yeah, but I think
Indonesia it was different.
Yeah, it was different, but I do believe that we all want to like globe the world, but we have like top destinations. Bali was one of my top 3 destinations. It was the first to actually go to it. So we can talk like about different places. Let's say Amsterdam. Amsterdam was really fun because you get to do nothing, literally nothing. You can just walk around the city or take a bike and ride it around the city, and you will be happy. Do nothing. You just like everyone around you is happy. If you're lucky and you went there in the weekend, you will find a lot of festivals on the street, especially if it's in the summer. They have a lot of events being held in the summer. So you just end up being happy even though you didn't enter a museum or you didn't eat something that's related to their culture. You'll just like,
moving around.
Yeah. Somewhere else, it's like Rome. Rome is literally an open museum. Wherever you go, you'll just find something ancient.
You found all what you were looking for, definitely.
Exactly. For someone who loves pasta, like me, I found pasta, I found museums, I found culture, I found everything. And the people there are really helpful, really, really helpful. Even though you don't have to like ask them, if they found you like lost in the street, they'll ask you, are you lost? Can I help you? They will offer you. Unlike the Spanish people, majority of them, they don't speak English, and they actually, if you just said, excuse me, I'm looking for it, you don't get to continue the word or the line, and they will just walk.
But even talking about Spain, that it definitely when it comes to tourism, Spain ranks number one due to the great number of millions of tourists who enter the country every year. So how do you see this? Maybe
Actually,
because they
I can't
don't
agree more.
understand the language, definitely.
They need an English course, but I can't agree more with what you said because Barcelona fascinated me. It literally fascinated me because it's really modern. They really managed to keep it clean. The metro system is outstanding. It's really reaches everywhere. And the touristic sites are marvelous. They are currently building Sagrada Familia. They are building it for like almost over 100 years right
These
now.
are things that really attract me, actually, talking about this.
Yeah.
The performance, maintenance of how to keep their things in that very unique, special way. Definitely this is something of great importance that we wish we can just make this in Egypt, because Egypt used to be like this in the past, by the way. We used to be the leaders of fashion, of culture, of history, of everything. So definitely, I don't know where is the missing part, but definitely we can.
I think the fact that they know that tourism is important and what they are doing is legendary because, as I said, they are currently building the biggest church in the world.
Ever.
And they have been like doing that ever since Gaudi started the whole design more than 100 years ago. And it's marvelous inside, and they are still working on it, but it's marvelous inside. The colors, the glass, the designs, it's huge inside as well. So you cannot like stand there and not admire what they are doing. So they know that what they are doing will influence a lot of people worldwide, and they are doing it to like honor Gaudi because he's a very well-known architect there, and to actually honor themselves because they know Spain mainly is like one of the top destinations when it comes to traveling.
Now, traveling certainly brings to you nice moments, but also there must have been some hard moments as well. So what were some of the challenging or hard moments you faced?
Hard moments like events happen there?
Things happened that you felt it was hard to manage, or you got lost somewhere, or you were worried about something, or was it all smooth?
No, it was all smooth because you get to focus on the objective of why are you traveling, to enjoy yourself, to explore more. But I think the only thing on top of my head is a situation when we went to our hostel because I wasn't traveling alone. I was traveling with my siblings, and we were going to check in, self-check-in. It's a machine. You have to like enter your reservation number and get the key, and the reservation number didn't work, and there were no one inside. And I was like, no, we've been traveling for 8 hours, so we can like put our stuff and go out, and we didn't find anyone. I started to freak out, and then luckily we just knocked and someone answered and came out and told us, the reservation number is your name. I was like, it's a reservation number, it's a number. That's the only thing on top of my head, but overall it was all smooth because you get to enjoy everything around you.
What about funny moments, fun time, the best time you had?
Fun time can be like shortened to or summarized into Disneyland.
Wow.
Disneyland. And no matter what your age is, still you get to enjoy Disneyland. It has something for everyone, from kids to adults.
How come you didn't mention this in the very beginning? How come?
Disneyland is actually magical. It's literally magical. They say it's magical. You get there and you see the magic all around you because the games, the day you spend there, it's like I don't want to leave. And everything around you, it's like decorated and managed around the characters of Disney, and everyone around you is happy. You see different types of people, you see different ages, and everyone is having fun. So why not we have this in our lives generally? I'm not talking about Disneyland, I'm talking generally speaking.
But you know something, definitely something changed in you, in your personality, in the way you are looking at things actually. So what can you tell us about this after traveling, after seeing different cultures, different people? Just as you mentioned, moving on from one place to the other, definitely you have taken something from each place.
That's true.
So if you're going to write something about this, and definitely we need someone to write such an experience actually. So what can you say?
Traveling changes you a lot, and
In which respect?
actually it changed me to see things in a different way. From that modesty, I do believe that modesty is the key of success, and I do believe that, or I've perceived recently that I've been letting go of a lot of stuff that usually would bother a normal average person. Like a couple of weeks ago, I was a speaker in an event, and a lot of stuff happened that should have bothered me a lot. But I was like, I'm concentrating on my objective. I don't mind what's happening. It's okay for things to happen like this.
Flexibility.
Yeah, flexibility. It
I think
increased.
flexibility is the key of
Yeah,
success.
flexibility
Even for
increased
big
a lot.
organizations, yes. If you are going to accommodate for different situations, to cope with different circumstances, this is the
Yeah,
point.
flexibility, modesty, and letting go of small stuff. You don't you overcome small stuff. You don't consider them in your life anymore. It's like there is a bigger thing out there. There is a lot of people out there. Why should I be upset because of a single person in this country? Why can't you just look at the bigger picture, that we are a lot of people out there, and a lot of things to explore. So if something minor happened, or let's say major, a lot of people react towards it with anger. I just look at it as something that just happened, and I don't mind, because my mind is actually busy with something else, like traveling. When is my next destination? Where is my next destination?
Where?
Where? I'm fascinated with Asia overall, so I think it's something will be a destination related to Asia.
Now, you gave yourself the name the Wanderlust Diver, right?
Yeah.
How did you come up with that name, and why?
Actually, for a year before I started my Facebook page, a lot of people told me to have a Facebook page and write about diving and traveling, and to actually inspire people and tell them how to do stuff, because from day one when I started traveling, I've managed everything on my own, from the booking to what to do in that country or that city. So I was trying to find a name between traveling and diving. So I got a paper and started writing a lot of names, and then I came up with the Wanderlust Diver, because a wanderlust and a diver at the same time. I can't discriminate any of them. They are equally in my life.
Actually, the logo also is quite interesting. The drawing you have on the page itself, the cover, did you design that?
Yes, I designed that. I've studied graphic designing for 9 months in a scholarship. So I've designed the entire logo to be like something between traveling and the sea and the fish.
Right, let me say that definitely we will be waiting to find out which is going to be your next destination. To see you soon, and I thank you very much for joining us. Wishing you the best of luck.
Thank you.
So right now, moving on to a quick break, and we'll be back with our breakfast show.